everybody, as you can tell from the title, this is going to be a video about my acne story, and this is also a pre-accutane video. So, to give you a background about my acne, I've been struggling with acne for about 10 years now, which is a pretty long time. I started having acne when I was 11 or 12, and it got pretty bad when I hit high school. So during the 6th grade though, I went to a dermatologist and she gave me a topical cream, and after I used the topical cream I didn't go back because I thought my acne was okay, but it turns out it wasn't. It just got worse. It got worse after 6th grade because I studied in the Philippines, so I went straight to high school after 6th grade. So freshman year was pretty hard for me because my acne was getting really bad. My mom started sending me like Proactive, Clean and Clear, Neutrogena. I started using those. Some of them helped, but Proactive made me just break out more, and I just don't like it, so I just stopped using it. Second year, it got bad. I didn't know anything about makeup, so my face was just exposed in my marks, so I just had to live with it. Then junior year, senior year, I learned about makeup by watching YouTube gurus, and I asked my mom to buy me, well, I think senior year is when I asked my mom if she could buy me like liquid foundation. But before that, she sent me a MAC Studio Fix powder, which I used, and it helped cover up a little, but it didn't cover up everything. And throughout the years from elementary to college, I used baby powder on my face because my face is like really oily. Like my face is like really oily, and I think I also developed acne from using way too much baby powder, because every time my face is oily I would put baby powder on, and sometimes the baby powder just accumulates and clogs up my pores. But like it was a thing in the Philippines to use baby powder, and I got caught up using it until high school, well actually college. So there was a time in high school where people thought I had chicken pox because how big and bad my acne was. Like, they thought I was having chicken pox because they were huge on my nose, cheeks. Like now, see, I have a bare face, so I have nothing on. I just washed my face a while ago, and I didn't put any moisturizer on yet because I wanted you guys to see my face without anything on it, because I really wanted to make this video a very long time ago, but I wanted to have like, after I wanted to like have a journey to it, I guess you can say, because now that after like years of struggling, I finally have my last resort, which is Accutane, which I will get into later on. So as I was saying, from high school, yeah, it got really bad. Then I went to college, I went to nursing school, and I went to school 6 days a week. I was a full-time student, so you could say I was very stressed. And I lived in the Philippines, where it's very humid, and I was just breaking out like crazy because stress, the unhealthy food I've been eating, the pollution I was exposed to because it was in the city part, and the city part that I went to school in is very polluted. And I just like, I lived with my, like, I accepted that I had acne, but there came times when people would just say, "Oh, Anna, what's wrong with your face? Why do you have so much acne?" Like, they advise me things. I know they just want to help, but sometimes it just gets tiring, because that's the first thing that people say, like, "Oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that?" Like, yes, I've tried that, but it's not working for me. "Oh, why don't you try this?" Like, I know, like, I just don't like to hear it over and over again. Like, the first thing you notice is my acne. Like, can't you notice anything else rather than my acne? But I learned to get used to it, and but it just still gets tiring, like, until this day, when people see me like, oh, what did you do to your face? Like, I know I have fault in it because I wasn't eating really, really healthy, and I also picked on my pimples. Like, it's really bad to pick on your pimples, and you'll be left with scars. Like, I have really bad scars because I picked on my acne, and you're not to pick on your pimples at all. And it's really bad because it, like, when you pop a pimple, you thought you're gonna think it's like going away, but no, it's actually spreading underneath and creating another one to emerge out of nowhere. Like, I don't know why there were days that my acne, like, was not totally gone, but it was not like as bad as it is now. I just feel like because it was Valentine's Day, they just decided to mate and multiply, which sucks because I've been breaking out like crazy out of nowhere. I don't know why, but yeah, I recently, after so many years, went back to my dermatologist because I've tried doxycycline, I've tried other topical antibiotics, topical creams, and they just didn't work. Injections, and none of them worked for me. So around last month, I went to my dermatologist because I was just so tired of my acne, because before, my acne used to be only on my face, but now, after my last course of doxycycline, like last year, I had a whole bunch of acne on my back, starting on my chest, my shoulders. I'm like, this is going crazy. Like, I never had it on my back, my shoulders, and my chest when I was in the Philippines. But after my last course of doxycycline here in the US, I was breaking out like crazy. Like, I have a whole bunch of acne marks on my back, and I have like acne still emerging, and on my shoulders, and now starting on my chest. And I was just like, this is getting worse, it's not getting better. So I went back to my dermatologist after a couple of months. So that was last month that I went, and I told her, you know, like, I've tried everything, but nothing's working for me, and I want to consider Accutane, because I know Accutane has a lot of side effects. It's a very controversial drug. It's well, the generic name for Accutane is isotretinoin, but there's different brands. Like, Accutane is a brand, and now I am taking my Urisan, and this is it. They started me on 20 milligrams, so like, you have to go through a lot in order for you to be on Accutane, because it's a very controversial drug and it has a lot of side effects. And for females, you have to like have a pregnancy test, and everybody else who's taking Accutane, like males and females, have to have blood work done. So my doctor said, okay, you've tried everything, let's put you on Accutane then. So she approved, and I signed like iPledge. I went through an iPledge, the booklet, and you have to answer questions, stuff like that. So I just got my prescription today because I've been waiting for it since last week, because when you sign up, when they register you for iPledge, you have to wait for 30 days. So my 30th day was February 11th, and like, there was issues with my insurance, so they had to like wait for the approval, and then finally it got approved today. So finally I got my prescription today. So the doctor started me off on 20 milligrams. It's twice a day, and it comes in like, mine comes in this. I know other people have different ones, like, but they look like this, and it has a lot of side effects. And at first I was like really scared, but I said, like, you know what, this is the only way for me to clear up my acne. I know that at first when you take it. Most people like break out, but later on it gets better. But a lot of people have like different side effects. I know you're gonna get really, really dry, so you have to drink a lot of water. And it's, well, yeah, I'm sorry, I was just reading it. But yeah, this is my last resort, to be honest. And I'm so happy actually to start using this. It's a 5-month course treatment. So I have 5 months to be under this, and you're not allowed to drink alcohol, you're not allowed to be exposed to the sun, you're not allowed to have, like, because you have to be, your blood work, well, my blood work, I have to get my blood work done every 2 weeks, so they can check my blood levels, especially, like, protein and potassium, because also this causes sometimes people to have high cholesterol, so they want, and it damages your liver a lot, so they want to make sure that everything is functioning properly and not getting destroyed. But yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, I'm going to Florida this Sunday, so I'm not allowed to be in the sun, but I might just have an exception to be in the sun for a bit. Just gotta put a lot of sunscreen and try to like cover up a little. But yeah, the doctor said not to go in the sun, and I took my first pill today because I only got it in the afternoon, and I have to drink it twice a day, and they came in these packs, but yeah, and I have to drink it twice a day. So he started me off at 20 milligrams, and I know, like, when you go back to your doctor, they usually like higher up the dose if your body can handle it. But I am really excited to see what this acutane can do for me, because, like, to be honest, this is my last resort, and I just want this acne to go away. Like, I know people who struggle with acne, and they understand where I come from when you just want all this. Like, I learned to embrace it, but sometimes it just gets, like, really annoying when it's all what people notice. Like, it's also annoying for me because I feel like in the group of friends, I've always been the one with acne. Like, all my other friends don't have it, and I'm just, like, the one with, like, freaking marks everywhere and popping, well, emerging zits on my face, which is really annoying. And that's all other people notice. And it gets really tiring to hear things over and over again. Like, you know, they're just trying to help, but yeah, we've tried this before. But I'm just ready to start my journey. So I will be uploading videos, maybe starting it off like every week, and then later on like every month, to update you guys on my experience and side effects and tips that I can give everybody that are going under Accutane, or just show you my progress. Hopefully everything goes well, and I hope to see you guys in the next 5 months. Well, actually, I'll see you maybe. I'll give you an update for like the week and see how that goes, especially that I'm going to Florida. So you guys just stay tuned, and I hope everything goes well for everybody else. So ta-ta for now.